Hello to all of you, and some of you for the last time.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. 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 When it rains, it pours. Water's up to my chin. Won't stop fighting to the very end. Many men try to reach it. Many men have failed. Well, if you wanna get to heaven, you gotta raise a little hell. And I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They say no to sleepless night. Will you find me? Hope you find me. I'll be back home soon. When the sunrise, when the We're trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me howling at the moon. We're trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me. Trying to catch me. We're trying to catch me howling at the moon. Trying to catch me. Trying to catch me howling at the moon.
Testing. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? It is. It is. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday. Hopefully, you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Thank you guys so much for choosing to spend this part of it, this little bit of your weekend with me. You have no idea. Shout out to the people who came down today, hung out with the old boy on the hottest day of the year so far. Pooh, thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate it. The hottest day of the year so far, but they still decided to come on down to hang out. Greatly appreciated. I mean, greatly appreciated. It was, you know. And after, they came down, hung out, they left. We hopped on Discord, and to me, it was like it was a bittersweet moment. It was a bittersweet moment because it's one of the last times we're gonna hang out together on Discord. Sweet and sassy Kiki, what's going on? Let's do, since we're multi-streaming, let's do a picture me rolling roll call over on YouTube. Lasagna, hey Pumpkin, Thank you for being a channel member. Sima, who got the keys to my beamer? What's going on? Thank you for being a channel member. RL Brown, thank you for being a channel member. In Archangel, what's going on? Keisha Gabriel what's going on? Thank you for being a channel member. Lexi Mwan, how are you, Lexi? Thank you for being a channel member and a moderator. Cedric, what up, my boy? Thank you for being a channel member. Natalie, what's going on? Thank you for being an awesome moderator. Paris, how are you, Paris? The outlaw Davis James, just listen, just right out the right out the gate. Thank you so much for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. Thank you, outlaw Davis James, and thank you for being a channel member. I do appreciate that. Cutting up with Terry. Terry, what's going on? Thank you for being a channel member. LT, what's going on? Thank you for being a channel member. Big Ice. Big Ice, what's going on? Thank you for being a channel member, Big Ice. I do appreciate it. Eternal Supernova Sherry, moderator extraordinaire, channel member. I do appreciate you. Kalia, what's going on, Kalia? Thank you for being a channel member. Mariana, why do I say it like that? But look, it could be Mariana, but I'm like Mariana. Thank you for being a channel member, Mariana. I do appreciate you. Cherie, aka Nikki F, baby. Please say the baby. Thank you for being a channel member and a moderator. Hey, Charlie. How are you? Phoenix 73, thank you for being a channel member. Ray, what's going on, Ray? Hey. Angelus Carter and LaWandia Wilson, thank y'all for being channel members. Y'all are greatly appreciate it. Listen, this Georgia heat is ridiculous. Paris, listen, it's ridiculous. It was 96 degrees down here today. It was 4 degrees hotter than the recorded high down in Hades. Yeah, you can check that out. It is. Ambo55, I see you over there. What's going on, everybody, over on TikTok? Hey, over on Kick, because we are multi-streaming. Look, I see Nova, Lexi, again, Naomi, Money's Child. There's everybody with the dire wolf behind their names. Thank you for being a part of the Hoodoo Wolf Pack over on Kick. I do appreciate it. Yeah, the Georgia heat is crazy today. Like, it is absolutely crazy today. But listen, I was hanging out with people in Discord, and it was bittersweet because for many of us, that's going to be our last time hanging out in the old VC lounge. Because by the end of this live, Discord is going to be members and subscribers only. Oh, Lexi, thank you so much. Lexi says, keep up that pimp game, boss. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. Oh, goodness.
Yo, dog Lord of his James, drop a super chat. She jotting y'all ain't no small feat, that's flat. Not a king's medicine, but it's something alright. Better than a penny, but not quite light. Dog lost and drop, making waves, oh what a shock. Ain't no suit that King, he's trying his best, yeah, not $1 a day. Not a billionaire's play, he's in the game, and that's what counts. Okay, some folks here spend a buck, think they're making a splash. But Del Wasi the neszty dollar uva amerykańskich. Kevin G, się change, things except the dummy thinking.
Okay. Myron, thank you so much for the tip. I do
Ron Davidson tipped a measly $20. Thought he'd impressed.
Thank you, Myron. Thank you. I had to. No, she was getting very disrespectful. I had to cut that out. Whoa. Myron, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Whew, at least the developers gave me a stop button. And so I can look and see what she's about to say, like maybe 2 seconds before y'all do. So I had to cut that out. Thank you, Myron. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Holy bejesus. Okay, yeah, we're gonna put that over in the share with dev folder. We're gonna put that in the old share with developers folder. Thank you. Sheesh. Woo. Okay. So the big announcement is not really a big announcement because we've been talking about this before. Is that you guys know if you go to trueconjure.com, my website, there is a button that says community. And you click the community button and you are able to join a message board that is strictly me and my people. You come on in there and ask all your questions. Okay. So with that being said, I also get a lot of people say, "Oh, is there a Discord? Is Discord?" So effectively, Discord is members, subscribers only. Okay. But everyone else, you can come to the website. I encourage everyone, come to the website, create you an account. What's up, Lex? I saw you in there. And come on in. Okay? So if you have a sub on Kick, a sub on TikTok, there's no integration. You got to get with me. But YouTube, you can link your YouTube channel. Link your YouTube account to Discord, and it'll let you come on in. So just come on in. All right? So that's what we're going to do it. That's what we're going to do it. What's up, Miss Wushi? Hey, Miss Fifi. Miss Fifi, thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the gifts. I do appreciate it. Miss Fifi and Miss Wushi, thank y'all for being subscribers. I do appreciate it. Brother Gohan. Man, look at you. Thank you for the gifted sub, my friend. The gifted membership. Greatly appreciate it. Look, Gohan is like, man, we're gonna bring people in. We're gonna bring people in. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna hang out, and with that, there's going to be more one-on-ones, more interactions, because I know you guys love the VC Lounge. But there is a version of the VC Lounge over on the website, so we'll be hanging out doing that type of stuff. All right. And you guys know this stream. Y'all listen, if you guys have Hoodoo related questions, go ahead and ask. Just put a capital Q and then type it so that I can see. So I can see your question. Bianca, what's going on, Bianca? Thank you for the heart me. I appreciate it. So, and look, I'm gonna batch these. So there's not like a whole bunch of them at once, like the air horn. So I know how that can be, air horn after air horn. So I get it. We'll start batching them. But listen, we were having some fun in the VC Lounge, and what I'll do is, aside from just interacting with the VC Lounge, when you come to the website, I'm gonna show you how. If you create an account, and when you create an account, then you'll get all the notifications for when I'm live through the website. And then everything is integrated. You'll just be able to see me streaming through my site. And of course, I'll still stream here. I'm not going to have too many platforms. It's just I'm going to be wherever y'all are. Wherever you at, you'll see me. Okay? But as I was saying, before I rudely interrupted myself, this stream is brought to you by www.crossroadsdailybrew.com, my own special online coffee shop. That's right, I did it. www.crossroadsdailybrew.com, where you can get the finest in blends and hoodoo themed blends and single origin coffees. And I've got some teas up there. CrossroadsDailyBrew.com. Signature roast and dark tea. Step into a realm where tradition meets mystery. Look, look at that. Look at that. Steeped in mystery at the crossroads, we brew more than drinks. We serve moments of ritual, reflection, and rebellion. Every cup of tea or coffee is crafted to awaken something deeper. And the beauty of this is that I am a part of a roasting co-op. Roasting co-op. So when you place an order through me, your coffee has not been sitting on the shelf. No, no, no. It's not been sitting on the shelf. We roast and grind it to order to your specification. To your specification. So let's take a look here. Let's look at the 6-bean blend right here. If you look, you can check the grind: standard, espresso, whole bean, or coarse. We grind it according to how you want it. How do you want it? Yeah, we grind it according to how you want it. So go ahead and order that. Enjoy. Make sure you enjoy. And this upcoming Wednesday, the 23rd, is our next Hoodoo webinar, where it will be enemy workings and protections from enemies. So it's a 2-for-1 webinar. And after the fact, family, we are actually doing a community hot footing. So if you're coming to the webinar, wait till after the fact and come to and you'll be in the class. Angela's Carter, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate it. So yeah, we are going to be talking about enemy workings, how to hit them where it hurts, and then after that, we'll talk about protections, and then after that, we will be doing the live community hot footing. That's what we're gonna do. So bring your enemies' names. So what do y'all have going on? Nancy, my spiritual godchild, says I was able to put $401 towards the baby's medical bill. Thank you so much for everything. No, listen, that was all the people donated. And if you guys still would like to donate to that very, very worthy cause, either get with me or get with Nancy. What's up, Prophetic Lex? How are you? A lot of people, I can't wait. Look, listen, y'all gonna be coming in with all these people's names, and people gonna be out here like, I don't understand what's going on. Miss Wushi question, did you post the bracelets? No. Yes, I did. The bracelets are on the website. So, y'all, I caved. I ain't even gonna lie. And I don't know how I feel about it, because y'all know I don't do crystals. I'm strictly traditional. I'm not saying that crystals don't work. I'm not saying that. But I stay strictly traditional when it comes to, my hoodoo. But with that being said, I know y'all love stuff. So this is what I did. I formulated and prayed over like a handful of bracelets, beaded bracelets, for different situations. So I've got one for against arthritis. I've got against envy and revenge. So a lot of people are going to be confused because it says against envy and revenge. It protects against envy, but it also protects against people trying to get revenge on you. It's like a reversible. Then for you felonious folks, we've got the court case and legal problem bracelet. There you go. Check that one out. We got the Black Power beaded bracelet, and now that's more a reversible bracelet. I got stuck. What was going on? Now, this was the come back to me. So listen, I've got come to me, and I've got come back to me. Do I have to? I don't have to explain what the difference is, right? If it'll focus. Anyway, one is come to me, one is come back to me. So I think y'all got that. Right, Lex, the, the felonious folks. Black Cat, what's going on, my boy? I've got the now this one is crystals. Okay. This is get money from husband, but it works for boyfriends as well. It works for boyfriends as well. This is the general attract money. Okay. This is the controlling slash do as I say. Fellas, get y'all one of them. Stop letting them nag you to death. Get y'all one of them, fellas. That there's less than a handful of each on the site. Against witchcraft. Now, honestly, you only need that if you are around people who doing a lot of work, or you think people are doing work on you. That's against witchcraft. And then I've got the aphrodisiac bracelet. This is what I don't understand. Bianca's like, let me cut this volume down because why can't you? Why don't you just cut it down? You don't have to make an announcement. Just cut it down. That's a personal thing. Just turn it down. No need to announce. That's like people like, I'm leaving. I would notice that if you just left. Anybody ever wanted that? Like the overshares. Let me cut this volume down. Just turn it down. Nobody will even know. Shoot. Let me cut this volume down. Just turn it down. Doggone it, Bianca. Terry, thank you so much for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Terry said, thank you for creating a fellowship and community. I try my best. Because, the issue is, and we were talking about this in Discord, the world is so introverted. Everyone wants to sit and practice things by themselves, and we've forgotten the strength in community, right? Or the strength in unity, just coming together and doing things. And here's the crazy part: on Facebook or in those groups, they will sometimes say, "Well, let's everybody get together and burn a candle." But guess what? If you don't know those people, how much energy are you actually adding to the working? Pull it in, bring it together. Let's chop this up. Derek, thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate you. If I don't know you, how much am I investing in that? Think about it. If I don't know you, how much have I invested? Just food for thought. Just food for thought. Think about it. Virtuous Intellect says, what work can I do to attract tall, blonde men? Any working that you do for like love or whatever can be tailored. And I often say that, be specific. You don't want to be so specific that it's going to take forever for whatever it is you're working towards to get to you. That's a bit much. But you do want some measure of specificity. Is that a word? Did I just do that? Wait a minute. I ain't gonna try to say it again. Y'all know I'm a country boy. I'm not gonna try to say it again. Is that a word? I just did that? There's a measure. I ain't gonna try it again. I ain't gonna try it again. Look, check this out. Look, hey, the people that did not pay attention in English class. Because they're like, it's not a word. It's not a word. Thank you, Bianca. Welcome back to the fold. Thank you, Bianca. Shout out, Bianca. Shout out, Bianca, friend of the show. But oftentimes when we do, like, let's just say we do a love working, right? You have an idea of what type of person you want to bring to you. But you want to add a wrinkle like blue shirt or red shirt. Because a lot of times when people think their working didn't work or they think it backfired, you did a working. The universe brought the person to you. But somebody else stepped to you and asked for your number before. So now the person that the universe brought just saw you get like, oh shoot, I'm not gonna try to talk to them. And so this random person that you gave your number to, y'all end up falling down. You're like, my work backfired. No, it didn't. The dude that the universe brought was a few people back in line at Starbucks. So you want to add a wrinkle like red shirt so that you know, okay, here we go. And all that is just adding a few traits to a petition paper. That is it. So whenever you dress in a candle or doing whatever, just add a wrinkle to it, a specific. Terry, remember? Look, I said I did not say Pacific. Adding a specific thing that you can look at and go, okay, this is my person right here, right here. So you want to make sure you add that little wrinkle. Add that little wrinkle, it's gonna come out all right. Miss Wushi said, "How many enemies can we submit after the seminar?" And okay, I there's not a number. There's not a number. Only thing I ask is that these are actual enemies, not someone you irritated, and there is no known and unknown here. There is no known and unknown. Black Cat said, "I'm gonna submit my whole city." God Almighty, my boy, calm down. Said probably have some super. I know, because it is getting near feeding day. It's getting near feeding day, and they are hungry. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not feeding y'all today. I'm feeding y'all tomorrow. I may put some names on some rats and feed them. I may do that. So that's Lexi up there, up top. Down there, of course, y'all know it's Tony Baker. And then I've got some here. What is wrong with you? Why are you doing that? Oh, you just shed. That's why. All right, so here we go. Got a couple of questions. Boom, boom, boom. Hood Mistress Reloaded said, made it on time. You absolutely did. Broken's here says, I got that high jump route. I dreamed of it later too. Probably you dreamed of it later because you got it. That's why you dreamed of it. Goddess Alchemist says, question, why brown paper? I just do it. Never knew true definition. Honestly, a lot, and you, back in the day, that was the paper that we could get a hold of because there was a time when unblemished white paper was for the aristocracy. Look at what I'm doing. Do y'all hear me? What's going on with this coffee? Well, yeah, like unblemished white writing paper was a luxury that we often didn't have. And so, we would use scraps of often wrapping paper or brown paper. And then later on, you had um, the root workers post emancipation that would speak of parchment paper. Or they would look at some other workings that call for parchment paper, and brown paper was the closest to it. That is it. There's no spooky or supernatural benefit to it versus, like, say, a sticky note or whatever. It's just more traditional. I says, question, anything I can do to dispel brain fog and invite in mental clarity and focus? Absolutely. Um, so this is a teachable moment, and I love this because in the African cosmology, we a lot of times will look at something as being hot or cold because we are forces of nature. We're at one with nature. And so you look at things being hot or cold. And so you can look at, like, say, a person's head and say, okay, if you are foggy or having trouble making decisions, your head is too cold. People who are quick to anger and they can never stay focused and they're always all over the place, well, their head is too hot. So we would do things to either heat up or cool off a person's head. So for you, what I would recommend is take a basin of water, like a basin. I'm looking at a basin, la di da. Get you a bowl of water. Get you a bowl of water, and put one very small pinch of cinnamon in it. Okay, a small pinch of cinnamon. Stir the water around, and make the sign of the cross on your forehead and on the back of your head. And then take a white candle, rub it around your head, Dip the base of it in the water, pray the 23rd Psalm, and light it. That'll help. Now, if you want to invite in mental clarity, well, then take some Solomon seal root and dress a white candle with it, and then burn it next to your bed. Hope that helps. Deanna said, it's a word. Thank y'all. I knew it was a word. See, look at that. Lewinsky Love. Shout out Lewinsky Lover. I want to do hoodoo, but I genuinely don't believe that my father has good people in his bloodline. What should I do? I don't understand that. Help me with that. You want to work roots, but you don't think your father has good people in his bloodline. So help me with that. Help me understand the hang up. Virtuous Intellect says, do you have knowledge about Arab magic? Very little. Very little. Cutting Up with Terrence Profit. Can I still purchase a seat for the webinar? Absolutely. Go to my website, www.trueconjure.com. Open it up. Go into the shop because a lot of people have gotten confused. So let me help y'all out with that. Okay, so let's go to trueconjure.com. Okay, so it'll open up my website here. Now remember, I was talking about community. You can go to the community section there, create you an account. Okay, so if you scroll down, thank you, Naomi. There's the link to go to the coffee shop, but go down further, King Lou's Hoodoo Shop, the premier Black-owned operated Southern traditional hoodoo shop. Go into the site. And you're going to want to, well, first, close it. And you're going to want to open up there and go down to Hoodoo Classes and Webinars. Click that. And scroll through. I've got an entire library of recordings of past webinars. Okay? An entire library of recordings of past webinars. But you see it says right here, upcoming webinar, enemy spells and protections from them. Just click that. Click that. You can go ahead and get you a seat. We're ready to go. Miss Wu said, what coffee you drinking? I'm drinking my own coffee. Bianca said, come on, Merriam-Webster. Okay. All right, so Kalia, thank you for being a channel member, says, question, why do people say you need to do protection before workings, and do you actually have to? No. A lot of times people, Lex, I see you over there on Twitch. I appreciate you. People will say that because, I say it all the time. If they can't dazzle you with their brilliance, they will try to baffle you with their bull junk. Okay? They'll try to baffle you with their bull junk. And so the way that they do it is by adding steps. If they don't have enough information, enough information to actually provide value, they take what little information they do and they fluff it up. Kind of like y'all do with y'all's resumes. Like your job at your last place of employment was to take out the trash. When you put in that resume, I was responsible for the ingress and egress of waste materials. I was a waste materials supervisor. Often these situations were brought up by higher up, but they counted on me to implement them. Okay. So that they take what little bit they know and fluff it up. That's it. You don't actually have to. The only time that I say it would be beneficial is if you are working on someone that knows some work. Because I guarantee you, Master Thriller, thank you for the super chat. If you working on me, put you some protections up. It ain't gonna help, but you should. What do I feel about dowsing rods for divination? I think that they are very, very dangerous. I think that they are no different than pendulums or Ouija boards, and that you should be very careful of anyone who uses them. You should be careful of using them yourselves. I don't recommend them. Now, to be perfectly honest, dowsing rods were often used just to find water. That's why the people who used them were often called water witches. And funny story, when I had my high speed internet installed, I had to tell the guy, okay, because they had to dig a trench. They had to dig a trench to lay the line through my yard. But I had to tell him, be careful because the water line from my well is down in here. And he said, well, where is it? And I said, I think it runs there because me and Mr. J dug it when I moved in. I said, I think it runs there, but I cannot be 100% sure. And that's where he knew. So he actually pulled out some dowsing rods. And he was like, yep, there's the line. And sure enough, that was the line. So it's more for that. But people who are using it are just lazy. And I'll tell you why. Because, okay, so Nancy is an excellent tarot card reader. Prophetic Lex, excellent tarot card reader. That comes with time. It comes with time, practice, and a lot of memorization. People nowadays want everything yesterday. So instead of investing the time that it takes to practice divination, they find it easier to hold these and ask questions. Or what you'll see, a bunch of doofuses doing this. Or what they want to do is just assign meaning to dreams, because then all they got to do is go to sleep. Can't get no lazier than that. When it comes to actual divination, it is a practice, especially from the ATRs, African traditional religions. Ask a Babalao, he'll tell you it's a lot of memorization. Ask an Ianifa when it comes to reading the cowrie shells, it's a lot of divination. Ask a Tata when it comes to reading the Chomolongos, it's a lot of divination. Or trying to achieve Vititi Minzu, it's a lot. But people want to take shortcuts. They want to take shortcuts, so they don't want to do that. So they find it easier. I'm just going to sit here and... Is Ray Ray coming back? He ain't coming back, girl. Meanwhile, no one ever thinks, well, what is on the other end of those dowsing rods going? They never think about that part. They never think about that. You're sitting there, well, is Ray Ray coming back? And then someone on the other line is like,
oh yeah, Ray Ray's gonna come back. But I'm also here, and I'm never, ever gonna leave you.
let me keep going. Candy the Medium says, what can I use camphor for besides cleansing? It keeps moths away. The Evil Karen, thank you for the follow. Over on kick.com. I appreciate you. Aaliyah says, questions, they're working to prevent your car getting broken into. That is such a good question. And a lot of times, okay, so if you know a protection for your home, it will absolutely work for your car as well. Aaliyah says, questions there work. No, sorry. Lex says she thinks her ancestors are bad people. I actually want, that's what I'm asking. Scents and fragrances. Scents. Listen, you had the ladies in the chat go, did we run scents and fragrances off? Where'd he go? I said, oh no, Black Cat does that too. Black Cat will pop in and then just dip. I'm about ready to hop on the game after this live. Okay, so here we go. Lewinsky Lover says, question, my mother has told me that my father has generational curses in their family, so it's made me scared to reach out to my ancestors on his side, because if they're anything like him, then it's evil. Our job is to reach out to every ancestor, to elevate them, okay? To uplift them, because they're a part of us. And no, I mean, that whole generational curse thing is overblown. A lot of times it's just generational bad habits that were passed down. Okay, listen, Noonie out there has been dropping F-bombs. I blame her mother, because it surely could not be me, vice Jesus. Couldn't be me. But anyone who has kids knows, if you tell them and try to teach them something, maybe, but they will always 100% learn from what they see you doing. So people want to blame this generational curse thing on something spiritual, but in actuality, if your great granddaddy used to bootleg moonshine, that means your granddaddy grew up around moonshine and sampled it. Then that means your daddy grew up around liquor, drinkers, and drinking. And now when you done cracked your Bud Light, that's not because of a generational curse. It's because everyone has seen this and we're at a very impressionable age. But I will say this, guys, our job is to uplift those ancestors, every last one of them. We hear elevate, but no one ever knows what that means. I'm all about teaching the whys so you understand the how. Okay, we went over this in Discord. The reason we elevate, and elevate means to raise. We're not talking about cosmic vibrations. No, what it means is breaking the habits that were a part of that ancestor. One, so that they can help us, but two, to help them. Because if they're still raising hell, because just because you transition does not make you a nice person now. It does not. Okay? If you raise hell when you were alive, you're going to raise it now that you've transitioned. That's why even if in Africa to this day, ancestral spirits are more feared than demons, because ancestral spirits cannot be exorcised. I can cast out Belial. I can cast out Beelzebub. I cannot cast out an ancestor because they're born of my own flesh and blood. I cannot kick them anywhere. So if they raise in hell, I have a problem. So it does not matter if you don't reach out to them, they with you. The ancestor altar does not conjure ancestors, people. The ancestor altar only facilitates communication. They're already with you. The ancestor altar just facilitates communication. So you not reaching out to them is not going to prevent them from doing things. It could only benefit you. Nikki Mama Moments says, how Ray Ray catch a stray? Ray Ray just got hit. Right, Natalie, people with them, listen, no one ever understands. They sitting there dangling a pendulum, and it's something on the other end like this. Yeah, okay, keep on. What is the coin of the realm on the spiritual side of things? What's up, Empress Donna? What's the coin of the realm? What brings their attention more so than anything? I gave you a hint in asking the question. Shout out Brock. Shout out Black Cat. Attention. Because y'all know, listen, I try not to watch spiritual based shows and movies because they're for the most part bogus, but American Gods is one show that had it right. Attention. When we commune with spirits, when we commune with our ancestors, the key was hidden in Scripture. You know, may God bless you and keep you, may make his face to shine upon you. That is with the understanding that the creator of all, if just looking, you ain't got to say nothing, you ain't got to do anything. But if you just face my direction, it's a blessing. When we face the direction of our ancestors, when we face the direction of a spirit, we are feeding it, we are making it stronger, we are giving it. And when we don't, when we turn away, when we fall away and they get forgotten, listen, Thor used to have true worshipers. There were entire cults and sects that used to walk around with medallions of Mjolnir, his hammer. Now he's just a Marvel comic book character. But ask any Hotepper, they'll tell you, even in ancient Egypt, I'm sorry, Hoteppers, Kemet, when a new pharaoh rose to power, one of the first things he would do was send all his artisans out to knock the old pharaoh's name off of everything. His name should never be spoken again. Back in ancient Rome, before they would go into the Colosseum, if anyone ever was too scared to go out and fight, one of the biggest insults is, that is why no one will ever remember your name. That's why no one will ever remember your name. Biggest insult. And so the coin of the realm, of the spiritual realm, is attention. A lot of us put the attention on the wrong thing. We give the attention to the wrong spirits. And that's why we have all these issues and problems. You ever notice on a lot of those ghost hunting shows, they go in there and act everybody, you know, irritate everyone, and then they leave? You better come out. You done gave that spirit all that attention, now you done left. And now that rascal raised in hell. So we feed our ancestors with attention, and it helps them. Mrs. Monte the Great, thank you so much. My head is itching. So stop. Have you know, teachable moment. Anybody ever noticed that even in the most horrible of haunted houses, nobody ever gets deleted? Nobody ever gets deleted. And the reason they don't get deleted is because the entities are feeding off of that. And they don't want to delete the cow. They're trying to get the milk. So they just want to scare you a lot. All the time. Why am I looking like Frankie Beverly with the white hat? Because I wanted to come on here and look, because I knew I was gonna multi-stream the TikTok, and I said, here, let me be a TikTok spiritual. Hold on. Wait, hold up. Because, you know, one thing TikTok knows is that the only way to be a real spiritualist is you got to have a bunch of beads. That's the only way you can be a real spiritualist. You got to have a bunch of beads. And so I was like, hey, let me have some beads. Let me dress all in white and have some beads. Let me dress all in white and have some beads. That's how to be. Hold on. But I'm spiritual than a Mickey Ficky right now. TikTok love me now. Kane Mother says official. and I have a high John for my third eye. But everyone, this is gonna be our signal. This right here. Mind, body, spirit, alignment. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Listen, hey, screenshot. No, seriously, I want somebody to screenshot that and text it to me. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. Is it in front of my eye? Yeah. Y'all got it? Somebody got it? Somebody got it? You know, the funny thing is, in some Munanzos and Palo, people wear that. And if you look in the Palo community, you'll see people wearing the kufi. Oh man, I can't with y'all. And you know the funny thing is, I have had elekes for over a decade, but my journey with the Orisha is my journey. My journey with the Orisha, that's my journey. I'm not broadcasting, and that's why y'all have always seen me come on here with regular clothes on and teaching. That's it, it's my journey. And I've often wondered why people feel to wear that all the time. Like, I know you ain't walking around. Every time you on TikTok, you dressed all in white. But your IG tells a different story. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Y'all ever notice that? Y'all ever notice that though? Like if you follow, yeah, I know. Oh, Aaliyah, I forgot the pendulum. Dang it! Hold on. No. Wait. Hold on. Hold up. And the members of the Orisha community, these are my alekes that I got through ceremony. I got them officially. I did not just buy them at the Botanica. And I can't just say Botanica. I got to be like Botanica. I bought it at the Botanica. Mariana, are you here? Mariana, have you ever been to the Botanica? Yes. Yes. I did not buy them from the Botanica. I got them through the ceremony. All right, we ready? We ready? Somebody screenshot that and send it to me. All right. Somebody screenshot that and send it to me. But yeah, you know, a lot of these folks, hey, listen, ain't nobody tell y'all to wear all white all the time. But if you only doing it on the camera, then that you just telling me that's a commercial. Your entire, it's a persona. It's a commercial. God almighty. Right, Lex, everything don't need to be shared. Especially if you're gonna strip it right off as soon as the live stream says off. I gotta have, listen, everyone knows the social media spirituality starter pack for IG, you got to have your hand just holding a lit Palo Santo stick. You got to. Don't forget the Glorilla. Ooh. Matter of fact, hold on. I gotta go change shirts. Hold on. But I'm gonna show y'all the shirt first. Be right back. Okay, so I forget whether it's my birthday or Father's Day. I think it was my birthday. But one of you sent me this shirt that I thought was absolutely amazing. Okay, and I showed y'all this before, but it says I teach traditional hoodoos, got my logo on there. And it says what ancestors like glitter. I love that. But this is Temp Fade sent me this. And on the back of it, she has literally all of my sayings. Look, in the beginning, God created heaven and the earth. Calm down, ma'am. Psalm 23. No big mama dolls. Glorilla. That's what made me think about that. Cause you look Glorilla. Cause that's all I remember of Glorilla's song. I'm like, why are these things lyrics now? That's music to y'all. That's a lyric. You know what else is a lyric? Bing bop boom bop bim. That's a lyric. Bing bop boom bop bim. That's a lyric. Like that's a lyric now. That's a lyric. Bing bop boom bop bim. So let me put this shirt on. Let me get safely off camera. Put this shirt on. There we go. Fits great. Fits great. How long have I been on here? I've been on here an hour. About time to wrap this thing up. About time to wrap this thing up. LaWanda Wilson's question: how to attract money with a real dime? Put it under a lodestone. 2, how can a spiritual person cleanse a person without their presence by using rubbing alcohol and plastic bags? I never heard of that. LaWandia, don't be using me to vet somebody else's work. LaWandia, don't be using me to vet somebody else's work. Y'all do that all the time. Nancy Pendulum's a great cat voice. Y'all will ask me about some work y'all saw somewhere else. Don't be asking me about somebody else that you don't went to. don't do that. Yummy says, after you said that about the pendulums, I put my amethyst pendulum up, never worked with it again. Good job. Good job. Uh-oh, I hear Wreck-It Ralph crying, so it's about time for me to go. Ms. Wu said, did you answer my question? The lights froze on my end. You need to take care of that. And why is it that cold in your apartment or your house? That one, why do you have lice? And two, why is it that cold where you are? I know she meant live. Yes, the bracelets are up on the site. Absolutely. Clear said, when you getting on Hipsy, if I don't get on this evening, I'll definitely be on all day tomorrow. I'll definitely be on all day tomorrow. But I do want to watch a couple of videos with y'all, but I'm not going to watch it on TikTok, and I'm not going to watch it on YouTube. You got to come over to Kick. We're gonna watch a ancestor altar video that was classic. We watched it on TikTok, and we watched it in Discord. So I'm gonna put y'all on Be Right Back. Everywhere else, except for Kick, this is where your live is gonna end. So if you want to watch this ancestor altar video with us that was classic, come over to Kick. All right, come over to Kick. Kick.com/thebrokenprophet.